Alright, forget you. And instead, break out the shredder. Hello everyone, Thranxes here. Welcome back to Astroneer episode 55, where look at this mess. We are just drowning in our own resources. We need to clean everything up. And by clean it up, I mean shred it into scrap. That's right. That's right. It all needs to go away in a very serious, very profound way. We actually don't need this extra RTG. But I think since it's already here, we're going to go ahead and unpack it and just give more power to the base. We have enough nanocarbon alloy to make 3 more. And given our scrap situation, I believe we could actually make quite a bit more of everything if we were so inclined. But really, we have what we need with the Rover to be able to go on its way to begin taking over this planet. The only thing that we're waiting on really is to get a shredder so that I can clean up this base, because something about it just really bothers me. I'm not sure, 100% sure why, but the thought of leaving all of this debris just kicking around the base really sits ill with me. I'm not a fan. I don't like the thought of it, and we're not going to do it. So that being said, let's put some more of this stuff onto our shuttle there. And we'll start shredding all of these unnecessary power generation items. Because make no mistake, they are unnecessary at this stage. Mega unnecessary. I don't know if you could get more unnecessary to where something becomes mega unnecessary. I mean, it's either necessary or it's not. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say you can get more unnecessary than standard unnecessary, and all of these batteries and wind turbines, they're just scrap waiting to be had. That's all they are. That's all they are. They're waiting to become scrap. I don't even know if it's going to be worth the time to sit here and do all of this. No, I do want to clean all this up. Let's see. Is there more that we can do while we wait? Suppose we can start working on another large storage. We could do that. Look at that. 2.5 scrap piles off of 1 medium generator. Oh, the humanity, right? It's going to be marvelous. More helium than you can shake a stick at. So we do have methane and nitrogen and sulfur. Methane, nitrogen, sulfur, helium. I still think the nanocarbon alloy is going to be the resource of this planet, but I could be wrong. I could be. I know that we are going to bring some down with us once we start digging into the core. We're just not there yet. So let's see. You. Batteries. I'll take the batteries, and I'll take the canisters. So it's a couple of wind turbines, couple of batteries. I mean, really at this point, and I need the extenders. We could even make another RTG, really, if we wanted to. More than anything, what I want is another large platform. So let's see. It's going to take 6 scrap to get us the hematite we want. So let's do that. There's your 6 scrap. And that's going to give us 4 hematite. Done. I'll make that trade. We really have no room for anything with this configuration. And driving around with our rover like this, we will be able to pick up nothing. But we will be single rover ops. No, I take it back. We'll be able to pick up one thing. So maybe we don't need these batteries. Just leave them behind. Okay, now we can pick up 3 things. Let's see, if we brought extenders, we can pick up exceptional scrap that we find. I think that's the right call. Let's get some graphite. That way, if we find scrap that we know is worth a lot, such as a medium generator solar panel or even a like a drop pod, we can take it back with us, package it up, and then at least we'll be getting something out of our trip. So that if we do want to expand our base, we can. I don't know why that feels so important to me. Something about being as efficient as possible, completing multiple objectives at the same time. I know that everybody likes to take little jabs about my nature to get distracted by squirrels, but a lot of times what I'm trying to do is keep my eyes open for a secondary objective that we can accomplish either at the same time as our primary objective or nearby our primary objective. And I know that's not always readily apparent, but I'm always looking for ways to be sort of knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone. That's always on my radar. Alright, here we go. 2 packagers. That's probably all we need to bring. That's some good scrap. But without getting this... Oh, no! No! Okay, so apparently that counted that we were still on a slide, so it didn't end me, which I'm grateful for, but... Oh. Yep, there it is. Let's get rid of you. Oh, look at this. This place is maddening. It's a little treacherous. I'm thinking we make a beacon just to have one. That seems appropriate. You never really know when you're going to need to mark your location. Although I do feel like whenever I take a beacon, I don't need it, and whenever I need a beacon, I don't take one. I'd like to break that habit by always being prepared, so that in case that I do need one, I will have one. Unfortunately, I did not get all my soil filled up, so I cannot get the resin that I wanted, so we have to come back down to do that, although there is more resin over there. That's good to know, but that's not what I'm after yet. So I think it's important to note that there are indeed resources on this planet, but only the resources that appear on every planet, not a single planet-specific set of resources, and that's indicated in the Astropedia as well. But the Astropedia makes it sound like this planet is resource void, and that is not the case. Alright, get some of that resin going. And some packagers. I don't know how they would put it into the interface, but it would be kind of cool if you could skip right to the thing you wanted. I am a big fan of these large, extra large platform A's. They're pretty swanky. Alright, this is pretty good. The only thing is we're going to make a little bit more medium storage before we take off. Just for the smelter more than anything else. And while we're doing that, we're also going to make an extra large platform A. So, let's move our shredder here, put you there. About like that. And then 1, 2 on the resin, and again. So much storage available on these extra large platforms. It's pretty killer. I mean, you can make some really epic smelting stations and scrapping stations. I don't even know what we're doing at this point. We're kind of just building up the base. Maybe we should go on our way. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go on our way. I think first things first. If we want to go to the North Pole, we travel to the north. So let's get in our rover and let us head north. And maybe let's avoid these crazy canyons. This planet is just yucky feeling. It again reminds me of a study where they determined that players generally like bright and more colorful maps and zones, and when given a choice will avoid zones that are dark and dull colored. Whenever I'm presented with a map that I want to leave and I have no good explanation for why I don't want to be there, that's always what I think of. But I suppose that's important for creating the atmosphere and the perception that the planet is yucky. Look at these plants, they're like oozing. I guess we could be drilling, but I don't necessarily know if I wanted to start running the drill for no reason. Let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens if we just try to carve a straight path here. Now, see, now we're going to dig down a little bit. I'm not really a huge fan of that. Stop! What the heck is this? Crazy biome here. That looks like tech. This looks like some sort of resource. Alright, stand by, stand by. North has changed. North is now that way. Look at this cliff, though. Remember what we talked about, though? Viva la scrap. And that medium generator is a good one. That is a technology item. Yeah, so north is that direction. So we must have started getting very close to the pole for it to change so rapidly on us. I feel like we were traveling very, very straight. So what we're going to do is we're going to run the drill and we're just going to dig up. Because we have trouble driving over all the compound we're grinding up. Let's keep a lookout for the light, the beacon of light that the gateway is going to be giving off. Oh! Oh! Treacherousness. Treacherosity? No, we're just gonna make up words. Treacherousness. Abounds. But I accept these terms. I will accept this literal call to adventure. Oh, come on, you could do it. No, don't get out. Well, I guess we'll reassess north. So now north is that way. Yeah, we must be getting very close to the North Pole. As evidenced as well by the days feeling even longer. Oh, come on. We're gonna make it. I believe in us. I believe in us. We're going to do it. Now, that's the way we're gonna go for north, and that's the way we're gonna go for north. Let's do it. Oh look, these are kind of oozing purple. Yellow, purple. No, we need to turn left. We're heading for the North Pole. Alright, let's just start digging here. See, but then we've got to hit the research thing that's buried underground. Drill up, please. And there's just more things to run into and over. Ah, we did better just trying to avoid stuff on the surface. And so we've got to be careful too when we get out to reassess north, because at any time it could put us in close proximity to a hostile plant. So now north is that way? What are we doing to ourselves here? It must be the thick atmosphere. The choking clouds. It's got these beams hidden from view, the beams of light. It should be pretty easy to see. Oh, says this is north. So we go north. Look, now this one's got little red ooze coming out of it. I wonder if that's just random, or if they're like divvied up into biomes. Oh no, it's very colorful. Oh, look at this stone. This is a biome here. Hold on, look at this. Stand by. These are some treacherous mountains here. So it comes down to how well can you navigate this planet with mega treacherous terrain features and flora. I do accept these terms though, because I feel fairly confident that once we get the surface gateways unlocked, all we have to do is tunnel our rover straight down with some nanocarbon alloy, and it's a done deal. In fact, I'm so confident that that's going to be the case, we're going to do it no matter what, probably. No, dig up, dig up, dig up. Oh, did I dig two up? Wow, it's a little bit of a journey just to get to one gateway from where we started. And I feel like we've covered a lot of terrain, but perhaps we're making a giant circle around it? Hold on. No, north. We're at least still pointed north this time. I see it. Oh my goodness, I see it. Oh, the first gateway that's not at our base. It's within my sight. I think we're just lucky we were able to get all the RTGs on a single rover for this planet, because if we would not have been able to, it would have been a little ridiculous. Can you imagine trying to run a 2-rover convoy around this planet? 3 words. Forget about it. Oh, there we go. Now we've done it. Okay. Alright, so now we fell down into a crevasse. Let's zoom the camera out a little bit so we can see what's going on here. I think we're on the wrong side, though. We need to be on that side. Look at these mountains. Oh, and the sun is setting. I suppose this is where multiple players would come in handy. Because what you could do is you could have somebody maybe drive a smaller, more nimble vehicle like a buggy to the destination, throw down a landing pad, and then have the other person launch a rocket. Boom, here's your power. That would still take time. You'd have to package up RTGs and then unpackage them. Could be tricky. Gosh, there's the gateway. If we could just get out of this rough terrain. You could do it. I believe in you. I believe. Oh, believe it. Don't stop believing. And other such things of that nature. Drill up. Alright, let's uncover it. Boom. I don't even know if we need an extender. We might be close enough. Am I going to compromise my values, though, and cut through the terrain like that? Oh, no. That's right. I'm going to go 54 episodes without wiring through terrain, and then episode 55, just give it all up. Yeah. Okay, let's cut all this back. I love it. Thank you. I guess the only thing we have is one piece of scraps, but I am going to go back and drop it off. Now we're at the North Pole, so now we need to head south and hopefully hit either this node or that node. If we hit this one or that one, we've kind of hosed ourselves a little bit. In fact, I'm not sure the best way to ensure that we head in the proper direction. Except to note the direction we came from and maybe retrace it as best as possible. I'm not certain. Ooh, that's right. Another large platform. Alright, forget you. And instead, break out the shredder. That's right, for a medium generator. Put more medium storage here. Yep. And we replace all of this with more graphite. We have a beacon, an extender, and one more packager. Yeah, that sounds about right. So I think what we're going to do... I don't know if I've planted one of these yet, and I think one of the things we have to do is to plant every seed. I'm not certain. But I do know that the two stations that benefit from these extra large platforms the most are indeed the smelter and the shredder. And so that's how I want to use them, right? In fact, we're going to move one of these little portable work lights over here as well. Because why should they get all the light over there? The night is dark and full of terrors, and we need to share the light. Okay. Wonderful. And then we'll drop off a little more soil again. And make a packager. And that's it. Now we can head on out. That stuff is not going to stay there, though. So we're going to move the trade platform there. And that's right, the chemistry lab there. We're going to make it all work. I promise. So north was that way. We got turned around. For some reason I thought north was more that way. I did not follow north. I was heading more west almost. Interesting. Okay. So what that means is to go back the way we came would be to go back across that horrible, miserable terrain. So instead, maybe we don't go back the exact way we came. Maybe, just maybe, we choose the path of least resistance and we go back this way. Oh, look at that radioactive pollen in the air. Now, I thought the North Pole would be almost permanent daylight, but instead it's like permanent twilight. The sun can't quite get above the terrain. In order to get permanent daylight, I feel like you'd have to build your base sort of in a tower. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, that wasn't too bad. The real question is, are we just going to be able to tunnel through all of this? And what is in there? Nitrogen? Tempting. But no. No, we're gonna go this direction. Thank you much. A nice, gentle, upward drilling path. Boom, it breaks out up on top, and we keep going. Medium wind turbine? No, there's better scrap. Medium generator's really good. Medium solar panel, pretty good. Speaking of, that's not even a scrapped one. That one's in good condition. So we're taking that back with us. Thank you. Waste not, want not. And we're going to recycle. And this sort of feels like the direction we came from. Maybe. Although, to be fair, I would rather circle around the flatter biomes like this. This is nothing. Than to deal with that mountainous biome again, because that was ridiculous. Okay, so there is our location. That's good. That's really not bad at all. Because what that means is from our home base, we can head east or west and effectively circumnavigate the equator and not have to double back. Because it's much easier to double back one leg than two. And what I mean by that is, to go to the North Pole and then back to where we started is really just a detour of going back one location, like one little nit. But if we were to take a southbound path that led us to the complete opposite side of the Earth than this gateway, then we would have to lay, not Earth, but planet. Oof, rough. This is not Earth. And we'd have to head either east or west, but we would end up discovering one and being on the complete opposite side of the world than the other one we needed, at which point we would have to backtrack 2 legs worth instead of 1. So again, I think this is the better choice, and I'm glad that we made it, but these mountains are going to be my demise. Alright, we're heading east. East it is. No, do not get out of the vehicle again, Thranxes. Don't you do it. No, then we're heading east. I'm just gonna tunnel east. Right through the mountain. It's the easiest way. Okay, so it's not very nice sightseeing tour, but look at that. Oh. Hey, we landed on our wheels. Alright, I don't know if we're going to continue to keep tunneling through the mountains. Let's tunnel up so we can get to the surface, so we can at least see things. It might be safe to just tunnel blindly through the mountain, but it's not very appealing. I would rather see these sights and then plummet down into them. Slowly. As we look for another option. Oh, good thing this rover can take a beating. Whoa, did you see that? There's like these gases coming out of the earth. Out of the terrain. Ugh. Out of the land. I've just been conditioned. Everything is earth. Now we want to go east. We're getting turned around here. So east is like a 20-degree turn left, or maybe a 30-degree turn. Either way, we need to turn left. So we're going to go around this stuff, right? And there's a lot of cool stuff to research here, too, although I don't know what they would be able to do to incentivize continued research. But it would be neat if there was an incentive to continue research. Ugh. Okay. Apparently the biomes on this planet are massive. When you run into a patch of mountains and craters, it's a big one. It's a doozy. Let's even out. We don't want to be too steep. Whoa. No. Back up. Wow, it's like a whole base over here. Not really. Kind of, sort of. Do we want to mark this? This is a lot of scrap. You know what? Let's do it. We won't be coming back for it anytime soon, but we can still mark it and come back for it eventually. And east is behind us? Well, we can't argue with the cardinal directions. East is east. So let's go east. I would love to make it to another gateway. But we may have to... Oh, nope, there it is. I see it. We're doing it. We're traversing around the equator. Such an inhospitable planet. Okay, so there are sections of scrap. I just saw another one over there. Over here. There are sections of scrap on this planet, but they're scattered few and far between, but when you do find them, they're actually rather dense with lots of scrap available on them. This is going to be the next gateway. Oh, and I'm glad we made it. Oh, son of a gun. I'll say it again, if there was fall damage for vehicles, it'd be game over. We would have wrecked this rover at least 20 times by now. I could just see it too, like smoldering wreckage. Pieces of your little Astroneer go flying to make that little noise. Or no, it's more like... Anyways, enough of that. I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited because we're getting closer and closer, and I'm so anxious and ready to see what the end of this game entails. And I'm sure there'll be more added in the future. But having enjoyed the game since it first came out, and now getting to play it with full release, yes, I'm very much looking forward to solving the final mystery. This will be gateway number 3 on Atrox, knocking them out. And from here we will continue east. Yuck, across that terrain. I don't know about that. Here we go, it's happening. Dunskies. Alright, let's get some soil. Some soil for our pack, please. Okay. And with that, we're going to head on back to our main base. Let's ensure we did travel, yep, consecutively, so we keep heading east, east, then south, and then that's that. Then we're digging to the core. But that's where we're going to wrap up Astroneer episode 55. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. I do hope you've had a good time watching. Because as always, I have had a good time playing. Be sure to come back next time as we continue to knock Atrox out one gateway at a time. But until then, take care.